Friday, June 27th, 2025. It's a little after 8 o'clock. It's 8:08, and it's 69 degrees. A big cry from the 100 degrees or 90-something degrees a few days ago. I knew that wasn't going to last. That's why I didn't cry about it. Actually, I like the heat. I like the heat. Like I tell my wife all the time, it's not like I have to work in it, so I enjoy it. Okay, trying to strap these batteries in. I picked up both of these. Actually, I got 4 RCs a few days ago. These 2 are from Amazon. I got my Rolario I ordered a few weeks ago, finally. I also got, what else did I get? I can't think. There's 1 more, and I have 2 more coming Sunday. I can't think what the other one is now. The only thing I wish this one was it had a clipless top, but it doesn't. So, let me see. Okay. Oh, I forgot I have to hook this up. I'm not going to be able to see out here. Son of a... Maybe I'll do this out here. Hold on, people. Okay, let's see. I don't like the way they added these this time. I didn't like it. Hope I don't get electrocuted. Lights on? Yes, they are. You know, I wasn't looking to buy any more from this company. Not that I didn't like them. It's just I was trying to, I don't want to say narrow down what I have, but I guess I could say I'm happy with the brands that I do have. But this popped up, even though it's not clipless, which I hate. As you can see now, I'm over here fighting, trying to get this on. I don't love it. I think everything should be clipless today. That's my opinion. I hate these bodies. Don't make me regret buying it. The reason I really bought it is because it was on Amazon, and it was one of those order now and get it in a few hours. That always suckers me in. Like, I wouldn't have ordered this if I had to wait. What the hell's going on over here? I have to say, Traxxas has the best clipless systems. They work well, easy. Like FMS on their little chaser, that thing is for the birds. It sucks. I don't mind paying for something if I'm getting something I feel good quality. I also like the fact that Traxxas has all these accessories. What the hell is going on over here? Is this an up and down thing? I can't, damn. And that's why I hate the clips, because sometimes you can't see it. And this is with great weather. It's not raining, it's not, it's not cold out. Imagine doing this in the bad weather. Like, if I'm having a hard time doing this in good weather, you can forget about it in bad weather. So for me to keep this RC, it's gonna have to amaze me above, all others. This thing's gonna have to be like Superman. I don't get it. I think my rule of thumb is gonna be, if it's not clipless, I'm not buying it. I don't care if it's cheap. I don't care if it's coming overnight. If it's gonna get to my house in 3 minutes, I'm not gonna do it. Okay, let's see how this works. Let's see, is it worth the hassle? Let's see, is it worth the hassle? Let me see if I could get a better view to you guys. Ooh. And I did see on a few other videos, you see how the front is lifted? I tried to goof around with the shocks and I couldn't get them to go much lower. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Again, I'm only into the hobby a short period of time. Maybe it's an easy fix, but for me to check it out real quick, it didn't work. Okay, now let's get to the $70 RC. Yes, this RC was $70. Actually, under $70. I didn't like that there was a few pieces you had to put together because it's always a pain in the neck. There you go. Look at that, $70. It even has lights. Uh-oh. Let me see something. I think there was something with the speed. Hold on, it's tuning. No, okay. Okay, let's see what we got. You could get away with cheaper RCs because when they call something a crawler, it don't, look, it don't have to be fast. It doesn't have to, it really don't have to do much. Let's see how. I think for the price. Hold on, you guys missed it. Oh, the noise. I don't know what that noise is. This is the remote. What's cool about the remote, hold on people, let me fix this a little better. What's cool with the remote is it looks like you can move it from one side to the other. And I'm just wondering why most remotes aren't that way. I mean, for me, and it also has the thumbstick, which I think is important these days. Let me see, can it go through some grass easy? Let's see. Probably not, but let's see. Oh, okay. See if I could bring it down a little bit lower. Okay, it pushes through, I can't lie. Okay. Again, for 70 bucks, can I complain? You know, there's some that you get right away and you're like, this is garbage. I'm returning it. But to be honest, this wasn't one of them. And I've had again, the only thing I wish I didn't have to do was add some of the plastic pieces. You know, they had guards for the lights in the back that didn't stay on. So I took one off because one stayed on, one didn't. All these little black pieces are little parts that you have to snap on yourself. And you just hope they always work, and they don't always work. Let's see how we got here. Hold on, let me make this so that people could see it a little better. I'm trying this new neck thing. I like it. I guess my problem with it is that you have armor cars that are really, to me, when something's $50 less or more, to me, I consider that similar price. I know some people don't. Some people look at 50 bucks as some big number, but for me, if I saw something that was $50 more that was that much better, I would get it. And I just think I like the armor cars because, number one, they're clipless. Number two, I feel like I could control them a little easier. Number three, parts are all over for them. Again, is this a bad RC? No. But it's at $200. At $200, I just think that we should be at clipless bodies already. And again, I don't like the way the front of it almost looks like a frog. And maybe there's an easy fix for it, but the one or two reviews I saw of this RC, they mentioned it, and I don't think none of them fixed the issue. And you're talking about people who are into the hobby way more than I am. What I tried to do is I tried to take the little, in the front, and I turned them all the way down to see if that worked, and it didn't. They still seemed very high in the front. Maybe the only thing I could do is make the back as high as the front, but I wouldn't want to do that. And what is this going against? I guess it's going against the new HyperGo. HyperGo has one. I actually ordered it, and because it was shipping from China, after a month and a half, I didn't text them. I sent them an email saying, "Where's my RC?" They sent me a message back saying, "Oh, because you're in America, we can't send it to you." And my next email was, "Well, then why did you hold my money for probably close to 6 weeks now? You weren't going to get back to me and tell me nothing?" I mean, I think the RC was only $150, but I think the shipping was $40. And of course, they charge you tax, even though they shouldn't because they're in China. So they tack on tax. So it was over $200 they had of mine. And that's the second time I ordered from the MJX, and both times it was a headache. One time they sent me the wrong RC, even though the receipt in my box had the correct RC. And the second time they didn't send my order, and it looks like they were just going to keep my money if I didn't mention it. So MJX is a dud. And again, kind of filtering out all the different brands. There's so many. I don't need to have a car from each brand to store. To me, Traxxas, Armor, Red Cat, FMS, I'm sure there's a few others out there that are holding it down. I don't need MJX. I don't need this brand, Hosim. There's plenty of RCs out there that do what they do better, more parts available, and I don't have to worry about the company holding my money or me chasing them down. There's just so many out there. Even Rolario so far, I think I have 10 of them. I'm going to make a video with all my Rolario cars. Probably next week, maybe. I just got the one I pre-ordered a month ago. It just came a day or two ago. I have the big 7-scale crawler that comes with like the TP on top of the truck. I never used it yet. I have their fast one that comes, the carbon one that comes in a case that they use to break records and have contests with. I have 4 buggies of theirs. I have the rally car of theirs, the new rally car that just came. So I have quite a few Rolarios. I like them. I like the packaging. I have 2 Rogue ones. I have a red one and a black one. And I also have the Terminator from them. I can't wait for them to make a Terminator with a clipless body and a few other upgrades. That is going to crush it. Just a matter of just a matter of them making it and me getting it. It's funny, there's no way to control the lights on here. It's funny. No way to control the lights. I'm going to do an eBay show. I was supposed to do it tomorrow. I was going to post the time and everything today, which I didn't get around to doing it. But I'm going to do an eBay show. It's going to be like a live, almost like an HSN QVC live show, but it's going to have all stuff I have on eBay, putting on eBay. And don't forget, all subscribers to the channel get an additional 10%. So if I have something at a great price, you get an extra 10%. Damn, I got some cuts over here that are killing me. So don't forget to check it out. I'm going to have everything from Apple Vision Pro to Meta Quest 2, mint condition with all the accessories that were never used, like the extended battery. And when I mean never used, taken out of the box ever. I have Roboson robots, not the Transformer ones, but the ones they had before the Transformers. I have some gear. Sneakers are going to be a size 13 because they're mine. I have Gucci boots, Gucci sneakers, and etc. I have some things from my wife, Burberry bag, a few other things. Some Louboutin shoes. She's a size 8 in this country, so whatever. Yeah, Max.
I want the mint leaf.
They're upstairs, Max. What are you telling Daddy for?
Are you making you something?
Yeah, but they're upstairs, Max.
That means they're gonna hear my voice anyway.
It's fine, but you're letting bugs come in. Tell Mommy to give it to you. Hold on, people. Somebody always needs me. I'm not going to cut this out of the video. I'm leaving this in. You know where the mint is? It's where the cookies are. It's above the air fryer. You would think I live in a 40,000 square foot home. No one could ever find anything. I'm keeping it in. This is my reality, LOL. I don't even know where I was before my son busted out. I don't even remember what I was at. Oh, the eBay. I have things that only you guys are going to get dibs on. I have a lot of new games for the Switch, the PlayStation. The way I got the games is that I would buy the game when it came out. but then a limited edition would come out, so I'd get the limited edition. Of course, I never played the first game because when I say the first game, the first one I got is because I have a backlog of so many that it usually just gets put on the side. So by the time I get the limited edition one, it's just sitting there and I don't need two of the same. So I have a lot of games double because I ended up getting the limited edition version and I don't need two. Most of them were never opened before. I think I have a Legend of Zelda. I have the Gods of War limited edition. I had the blue box limited edition, but then I found the yellow box. They're both similar, just the yellow box has a little more. I'm not keeping both. I think I also have one, is it The Simpsons or is it, what do you call the little yellow guy? Anyway, I have one of the other cartoons. I had the small box and then I got the big box. I'm not keeping both, so I'm gonna give you guys the first dibs on the small box. I also have steering wheels that I've never used for the Switch, for the PlayStation 5. I have the thrusters for the Xbox, never opened. I have a train thing for the Switch that works with one Switch game. I would sell the thing and the Switch game together because one without the other is useless. That I did use once, but it's all in Chinese or Japanese, so you can't understand it anyway. But it wasn't my thing. So I'm not storing all this stuff. All of this stuff is going to go. And you guys are going to be the first ones to know about it. And with the extra 10% off you guys have, you guys are going to have a steal. I always give good prices as it is, just for the simple reason is I want mine to sell. I don't want it to get lost with all the others. Oh, I lost something on my... So anyway, yeah, it is what it is, people. I feel like it's already... What time is it? It's 8:30. You see how it's already like getting darker? I kind of feel like it's already getting dark too early again for my likings. And it's chilly out here. I don't want to say chilly out here, but man, we had a few days that people were panicking was going to be in a heat wave, more than 3 days in a row above 90. One got almost to 100 and people panicked. I didn't. I liked it, man, because I know New York is getting less and less weather like this. That's why if you plan on buying a house in New York and you're going to put a pool here, don't do it. Putting a pool in New York is the biggest waste. When I bought my house 13 years ago, I paid to have the guy come and give me an outline, and they actually created like a rubber outline that was like $600. If I did the pool, you would get that 600 back. But after all the red tape in my town, and then I thought about it, and that was 13 years ago, and you still had a little bit better summers and winters, and I didn't do it. And man, it's just as well because now I have an above ground pool, and if we get 2.5 months use out of it, it's a miracle. I mean, it's crazy. And this weather, I know they changed what they think of New York as now. They don't look at it as, what do they call it now? Sub something climate. I forgot what it's called. Because they say our winters are a lot milder now. And that's for sure. Our winters are, I'm not going to complain. I just remember being a kid and having snow in the Bronx up to the door. Now, granted, in those neighborhoods, everything's tighter, so snow has nowhere to fall. Here, it's wider, so there's way more, for it to get to the side of a door, to the window, you would have to have, some really crazy snow. But I miss those days. I don't miss the shoveling. I had a guy who did all my snow for the last, like, I'm here 13 years. He must have did it for close to 10. He just stopped doing it last year because he went from being like a 15-year-old kid to a cop. And he works a lot of hours, and then he does, besides him being a cop, he always did volunteer work. So between the volunteer work and being a cop, he has no time to do shoveling. He was doing me a favor. Just lucky last year and this year we didn't get much snow, or I'd be in trouble. But anyway, yeah, the eBay show, hopefully it goes on tomorrow. I have to see what time everyone's out of my house. My son has a birthday party to go to. Just easier to do stuff when not everyone looking for me. And I'm gonna get a lot of things up on eBay. Again, you guys have first dibs with the extra 10% off because you're a subscriber to the channel. I even have like Louis Vuitton, Supreme gear, belts, Burberry belts, wallets, so many things. I'm actually learning to not buy with just, I had a bad habit. I guess growing up until, my early 20s, I came from not a poor household, just not well off by any means. So now that I do better, I have habits of just buying things. I buy them for everybody, not just me, my son, my wife. You know, and thankfully I like simple things. I don't like boats and yachts and stuff. Not saying that I wouldn't buy one, but that's something else that takes a lot of upkeep for the few times a year you would be in it. For me, I'd rather just rent the boat, to keep. I have a cousin who has a boat, not even a big boat. I think he spent 180 grand on his boat. But the upkeep and always keeping it working, and I think he gets, and he loves the boat life. And if he gets 10 times out of the year, it's a lot. So to keep something like that for, not being able to use it, I'd probably be on the boat half that, 5 times a year. So, but what I said is I'm getting better. I'm not just buying everything I see anymore. If I also was very big on knickknacks and toys. I'm not doing that no more. More things I'll be selling online, on eBay. Even my New Wave Toys collection, I'm getting rid of all of them. And I have everything, from the Zoltar to the Coke machine, to the cigarette machines, to the change machines. I'm only missing 2 games, the first 2, Tempest and Centipede. So I don't have the boxes for all of them because I didn't keep boxes. I have them on display. I'm hoping that I could sell them all to one person. I'll give that one person a deal. I don't want to sell it to 30-something different people, 40-something people. I would want one person to pick them up, try them on, make sure they all work. I never played with them, so they all have to work. One and done, call it a day. I have boxes for a few, but not many. I mean, I have too many. Imagine if I had to keep 30-something, 40 boxes. I keep the RC boxes at the moment, and the only reason I keep the RC boxes is because if I store them in the box, I could put them on top of one another. Otherwise, I can't. But now if I have 7 or 8 boxes, I could store them on top of each other, something that I couldn't do without them. So I kept those boxes. Let me just pick this up one more time and see if you guys get a good look at it. Yeah, I don't like looking at things with this on my neck because it's hard for me to get like a good view for you guys. Is this a good view? All right, it's 8:39. What I think I'm gonna do, I did put links to both of these cars, trucks. I think this one for the price is pretty good, for under 70 bucks. You know, when you hold this in your hand, it doesn't feel like a cheap RC. And it's a different looking RC, which is also nice. It's not the same that you see every day. So I'll be back. I'll be back with a live in a second. I just want to go in, grab a drink, maybe get another RC, and I'll be back. I also want to change this thing and not keep it on my neck because it's a pain in the neck. So I'll be back.